chairman of the Nigeria Civil Service Union, also spoke to us during that drama that played out in front of their facility right here in Umuahia, the capital of Abia State. Comrade Chibundo Okoro also spoke to us and said that all efforts to resolve this issue and for the government to start paying them has not been fruitful from the part of the government. So we're staying on that issue this morning to have an idea of what their own side of the story. And I'm also going to bring up the conversation I had with the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Strategy right here in Abia State, Barrister Eze Chikamnayo. I'm going to bring it up, what he said about some of these alien parastatals right in Abia State. But let me share with you what transpired yesterday, the drama that played out in front of their facility along Abia Road right here in Umuahia.
Mary, the chairperson Medical and Health Workers Union Nigeria, HMB branch. Yeah.
What are your grievances this time around?
Yeah, HMB is being owed for the period of 18 months. I think we've entered the 19th month right now. And we embarked on strike, I think on the 10th of on the 13th of last month, that is October. So the government managed to pay 1 month. Till now we've not had any other thing. But yesterday we got a call that the Commissioner for Health that is coming down to HMB to make us open the gates for him to carry some of the stuff meant for the ministry in there. Failure to open the gates for him, that he will be forced to break the fence. So that's why the workers, you can see that the workers have gathered here waiting for his arrival. So later on, the director, I think Public Health in Ministry of Health came down asking that we open the gates for him to carry some of the stuff they needed in there. So we now told them that we are already on strike, that the gates cannot be opened to them. So we are still pleading with the Abia State government to at least reason that we are also health workers. Because when they go for FAC and come back, they always focus on those working in the ministry. They go and come back, pay those in the ministry, leaving the HMB workers to suffer and die of hunger and starvation. So I don't know the type of government we have that is so insensitive to the health of his subjects. He doesn't really care about the health of his subjects. He doesn't care about those working in HMB. We are all for the period of 18 months. You can imagine the type of lifestyle we are enjoying here in HMB. Some of our members and our staff, they've been thrown out from where they live. Their landlords no longer tolerate their not payment of rent and all that. Some of our children have been thrown out from their schools and all that. Okay. We buy from the same market where they buy. We have sick mothers and fathers at home that we are not able to take care of.
You appeal to the government?
Yeah, we are appealing to the government to at least have reason with us and pay us our salaries, because we've already worked for it. Because I know that a worker's salary is not it's not a privilege, it is a right. Because we've worked for it. We are being employed by Abia State government. And so we expect to be paid at the end of the month as they pay those working in the ministry.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we're still on the issue this morning, the unending strike of the Hospital Management Board. Let us delve into the issue to have an idea of what is really happening in that parastata right here in Abia State, even as we are going to listen to the conversation I had with the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Strategy, so as to have an idea of the government's position on these and some of these alien parastatals, including the Hospital Management Board. Joining me this morning in the studio is the chairperson of the chairman rather of the Nigeria Civil Service Union Hospital Management Board chapter, Comrade Chibundo Okoro. Glad to have you join us this morning, Comrade. Good morning to you and welcome to the platform of Flow FM.
Good morning.
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you for joining us. So, Interestingly, there was a drama that played out in the facility, your facility, the one where you work, talking about the hospital management board. What led to that before we get to the point of you going on strike right from the 13th of October that's last month?
Okay, thank you so much. I want to correct an impression. The workers of hospitals management board are not on strike.
Okay.
The issue is that
but the facility is under lock and key.
It's under lock and key.
So if you're not on strike, you're not going to work. It means you're disobeying the civil service rule. That means you should be at work.
You saying that we disobeying the civil service rule, that we should be at work. Our employee is equally failing on their own side. I want to start by commending our able governor, His Excellency Dr. Okezi Bazo. I want to so much appreciate him for his efforts trying to make sure that things works even here in Abia State. But on the side of the people in the health institution in Abia State, it is so pathetic. It is so appalling that after working and after all said and done, given the economic situation in the country, everybody knows how everything is. You know, for sure, in hospitals management board, we have people that are having some ailments. You don't know who is who walking along the road. Some people are suffering from asthma. Some people are suffering from ulcer, hypertension, and all the rest of them. Even to have small money to buy drugs that will sustain them is a problem. Coming to work is not a problem. We are resilient. We are hardworking. We are committed to our duty. But one thing is certain, that a worker deserves his wage. Even the Bible commended that. But it's so the other side of it is what we get at the end of the day. After working, the other civil servants will go home with their own salary, and we will not have our own. It's so appalling, and it's heartbreaking.
How many months are you being owed?
As at now, it is going to 19 months. This is November 2021, and I can tell you that we have been paid only for 4 months: January, February, March, and April. That is the only months that we have been paid for this year, and this is November ending.
Okay,
the year.
Comrade Okoro, let's look at the nitty-gritty of some of those issues leading to this logjam or deadlock, whatever we want to call it, because you're saying you are not on strike, so it's very confusing. But let's look at some of these issues. What are the services that you carry out in your organization, in that agency?
Okay.
What are the things you do, some of the services you render to the public?
Okay. You know, in Nigeria we have three arms of government, so equally we have 3 arms of health institution.
Okay. We
have the tertiary, which comprises of the federal medical centers, and we have the university teaching hospitals. These are the ones that are under the tertiary health institution. Then when you come to the secondary health institution, what we have is the hospitals management board, which takes care of all the problems or the health issues in the states. It is not only in Abia State, in the whole 36 states of the federation, including FCT Abuja, you have a hospitals management board. And you have the last one, which is the primary health care, which looks at the primary, that is the local government aspect of it. So we provide healthcare services at the secondary level in the state. That is what we do.
Okay, so do you generate revenue? Do you make money from the services you render?
Given the edict that HMB was being used to establish, and the laws that is used in establishing hospitals management board, even in the federal aspect of it, health institution is not meant to be generating money for the state nor the federal government. Rather, from the edict and the law that is being used in establishing HMB, it is being stated there clearly that the hospitals in question, or the facilities out there in the local villages, can assign a specified amount of money that can be used in maintenance of the facilities, and that money is not being stated that it will be used for the payment of the workers that is working in HMB.
Okay, I'm trying to get this because I had this conversation with the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Strategy sometimes last week. I think it was on Monday, and he spoke about this particular issue. I threw the question to him. I think we should bring him up. We should bring up that conversation, even as we are going to introduce another person joining us this morning on the program, another comrade, Chidinma Nwokoma, the chairperson of the Medical and Health Workers Union, the Hospital Management Board chapter. She will be joining us on the program, but let's listen to the conversation, the explanation given by the state government through the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Strategy. Another question we didn't ask you that day, that night on the State of the Nation is the question of salary payment. Are we going to see an end to the some civil servants complaining of non-payment of salaries? I understand that there are some ministries that are up to date, or ministries are up to date in the state. What about other civil servants and also teachers?
Let us make distinctions and make sure we get clarity on this matter once and for all. There is no ministry in Abia State that is owed salaries. That is an undisputable fact. Let me repeat. There is no ministry in Abia State that is owed backlog of salaries. And I have said that's an undisputable fact. And I challenge any civil servant, any individual, any group, any journalist to come here with me and provide evidence to the contrary. Then, when you talk about parastatals, whether federal or state or anywhere in the world, parastatals are profit-making ventures. What government owes parastatals is what we call subventions. For instance, you have Flow FM, you have BCA, being a similar organization owned by government. Here in Flow FM, I come here, I see you, I see the other 3 young men, and I see a few support staff. Your staff strength is not up to 50. Is it up to 50?
Yeah, it's not up to 50.
Around how many people are you here?
I do not have the exact number,
but give me an estimate. Give me an estimate.
Up to 50, roughly 25, 30.
Okay, you are roughly 25, 30 people here doing this fantastic job. Broadcasting Corporation of Abia State has over 300 individuals. Over 300 people. As we speak, over 70 people are on leave, maternity leave, and all manner of leaves as we speak. So the job between 20 and 30 people are doing in Flow FM is what over 300 people are purporting to do in BCA. What is the size of the compound that you occupy? This entire compound here is not up to 2 plots of land at maximum. BCA occupies almost 2 hectares of land. So when people are making comparison, do they ever ask themselves, how is it that Flow FM with between 20 and 30 people are making profits without any subvention, and BCA with over 300 people are looking for?
So the comparison given by the Honorable Commissioner that day on the platform right here on this station, Flow 94.9 FM. Anyways, joining us this morning to talk about this issue is also a staff of the Hospital Management Board, the chairperson of the Medical and Health Workers Union, HMB chapter, Comrade Chidinma Nwokoma. Glad to have you join us. Good morning to you and welcome to the platform on Flow FM.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, and we've been speaking with Comrade Chibundo Okoro, the chairman of the Nigeria Civil Service Union. So I'm sure you've been following the conversation from when we started. You've been on. He said you are not on strike. Can you confirm that, Comrade Nwokoma?
Really, we are not on strike, really, but we are protesting because somebody that is being owed for the period of 18 months, you've got every right to protest.
Okay.
For the government to pay you.
Just like I asked him, you're not on strike, but the agency is under lock and key. Now, the question is it morally right to put that place under lock and key and looking at the channel of negotiation that should have been followed when you are negotiating with the government?
The truth is that this struggle has been with the Jesus State Council, Abia State.
Okay.
And they've engaged in negotiation with Abia State government severally, for which they've issued 15 days ultimatum to embark on a strike, after which they generated a memorandum of understanding for which the state government agreed and signed the memorandum of understanding with Jehesu State Council, Abia State, to be paying HMB 3 months every month till they defrayed the backlog of salaries. But in the process, they failed the Jehesu State Council. And then later on, when they issued a 7 days ultimatum, they never engaged them with discussion or negotiation during the 7 days. Rather, after 7 days, when we were supposed to resume the suspended strike, they now called us for a meeting at Opera Auditorium.
Okay.
Where the state governor was ably represented by the SSG of the state government, who promised that Abia State Governor has promised to be paying one month to HMB workers as at when due. That is, when they pay those in the ministry, they will also pay 1 month to HMB, and we accepted it. But on the long run, we come to understand that all these negotiations, all these agreements made with the government of Abia State, they've never complied with any of it.
Government has reneged severally on some
yeah,
of the
severally,
agreements
sure.
made.
Yes.
So now let's talk about, because some issues were raised that day. I put a question across to the Honorable Commissioner right on this platform, and he said some of these parastatals have over-bloated workforce, in the sense that they have more persons working than what they can be paid, working than what they generate.
Sure, the truth is that the chief executive...
Do you agree with that line of thought?
I may not agree with that anyway, because the management of hospitals management board, as I speak to you, is being managed by politicians, for which the state government, they impose them on us. Do you understand? When HMB is being managed by the doctors of General Hospitals Management Board, we were better off. But since the moment they brought in this borrowed staff, since they decided to politicize Hospitals Management Board,
the appointment of
the appointment of the chief executive,
okay,
the appointment of director for finance, the appointment of director for admin, they are all being politicized, in the sense that the government imposes these people on us. But when we are being managed by our doctors, our director for admin and director for finance, we were better off. And you can agree with me. Are you
saying the problem is even coming from the government and not your side? Because the blame now, the blame game, which is on pushing it back and forth, is now being thrown to the workers. On this platform by the Honorable Commissioner for Information, he said that we should ask them: are they making the money they should make? Are they even can they sustain themselves with the amount of money they are making? Those are some of the questions. Yes, you can go on.
All right. Let me respond to this. Asking if we can generate or if we can manage what we have. Certainly, my colleague here has rightly pointed out that we are being imposed, the chief executive, the director of finance, and the director of administration are being brought in by the government. We are not questioning that. If you equally look at it, it is not somebody like me or any other worker who doesn't know how the generated revenue are being done or managed, who is not a signatory to Hospitals Management Board account, that this question should be thrown to. This question is supposed to be equally thrown to the chief executive, the director of finance of Hospitals Management Board. They are the people managing the finance. For sure, we generate some funds. And I can stand to tell you that the funds that we are generating cannot be used to pay for the work for worker salary. But certainly, if there is any kobo that is being generated that needs to be questioned or that need to be accounted for, they know the right places and the right persons to ask. Not we that are the workers. What we need is only our salary. We are not having any issue with any person. That is it.
Interesting. Now, it is still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, right here on the Flow of God's Own State, Flow 94.9 FM. And we're staying on the issue of the Hospital Management Board right here in Abia State, the unending strike by the workers of that board. They are always on the news of a strike. This time around, the facility is under lock and key. And the question is being asked, who is responsible for the payment of their salaries? Because the government is saying, well, you guys are parastatals, you go and make your money. But the workers are saying that those in charge that are meant to be in charge of the daily runnings of that organization are from the government. So when we'll be asking, how can we find a lasting solution to this issue on ground? So I will be asking, where do you think the solution lies as it stands now? And where do you think your salary should come from?
Okay. Basically, before the inception of this administration, at the onset when I started here, I commended the governor. The governor. He is really trying. Given the economic situation and the falling down of the revenue in the country as a whole, and the issue of COVID-19 and all that, our governor is trying. I must commend him. But before the inception of this administration, I've worked in HMB for more than 10 years, and I can stand to tell you that the administration, that the state governments that has been there before now will always give us subvention, and that subvention is what is being used in the payment of the workers, while the little money that is being generated are being used for the rehabilitation and maintenance of our facilities. You know, the hospitals management board we are talking about here is not this one at Abia Road. We have hospitals circulated and scattered all over the state in the whole local government. You must see hospitals management board, where we have dental centers, we have the psychiatric centers, we have the eye clinics, we have the general hospitals, we have the cottage hospitals. You know, there are people that are working in these institutions or in these facilities located out there.
And they are your members?
They are our members.
Okay.
You know, being here or talking about this thing, we are not talking about our own. It is not for selfish interest. We are looking at that person that cannot defend himself. We are looking at that particular person who cannot even come up to say anything, who finds it difficult to travel from Okwa down to this particular place to ask of his salary. We are talking about that person that works around Chukwu, who cannot come down to this place to talk about his salary. What we are talking about is for that person whose children are worrying them. We all know we have both aged people, the young people. Every one person is depending on the other person. You cannot work alone.
As it stands now, are you saying the facilities belonging to a hospital management board across the state?
Yes.
Across the state now, I mean, across the local government in Abia State, are under lock and key?
Absolutely.
You're also following the suit of what is happening in here. Interesting. So let's get our listener to also contribute to this unending strike issue of salary payment affecting the Abia State Health Management Board, and hopefully some other parastatals in Abia State. You've heard from the government side, so it's a balanced conversation already, and you can be part of the conversation this morning on 0808 182 6949 or 0811 605 2949. You can also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. It is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, right here on Flow 94.9 FM. Hello, good morning to you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the platform.
Yeah, thank you. My name is White King. Yeah, White King. I'm calling you from Umahia.
All right, go on with your contribution.
Okay. My contribution, I find it difficult to understand this Abia State government, in the sense that they have not been able to live to this responsibility in terms of the payment of salaries, pensions and gratuities in the state. Why are they being selective? You choose a ministry that has about 30 staff and you pay them salaries, and you leave people who are about 300 or 400 or thereabouts. The same situation is in the local government. If you go to the local government, you will agree with me that the government of Abia State has not been able to meet up to its responsibility. And this is disturbing. Those people who are working in the HMB, are they not human beings? They should find a way and pay their salaries. Then you ask the hospital management board That is those that are in the helm of affairs. Ask them, don't they receive their pay? They receive their pay. So they should find a way and pay those people their workers, their salary.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael.
You're welcome.
My name is Oliver Bravo. Oliver Bravo is coming here from Mission Autonomous Community.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you. You see, the parastatals have come and the doctors are protesting that their salaries have not been paid. But the Commissioner of Information, who just came in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, came into your studio and said that nobody is being owed. And he has challenged anybody who will come to your station. Call him, invite him now, or call him on phone now. But he will challenge all these people that are complaining that they are eating no salary. Most of the times, people that are appointed to this administrative government, what they are talking about is their party. Their party, they are landlord in their party. They are landlord to get their parties from water. They admire civil servants and the kitchen line. They domicile parastatals
all right, Oliver Bravo. Let's
they cannot even talk about the welfare of the people. Look at people that are serving people that are sick. The people that are sick, people that are not seeing clearly, people that are on stroke. They cannot take care of the doctors that are taking care of the people, the sick people.
All right.
What they are talking about is their party. Call that chicken now on phone now so that you challenge these people in the street. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the platform.
Good afternoon.
Good morning. It is still morning. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Dr. Sonny Felix coming from Umubere, Mama Tamoza, Bondi State.
All right, doctor.
This issue of non-payment of salaries, this HMD, Hospital Management Board, and the rest, I think is getting out of hand. I read the statement of that the commissioner or what, but I think that statement is economic. It's not supposed to be so. I began to hear this word parastatal and this and that when this administration came in. See, this hospital management board, is it government owned or private? If government cannot pay them, if they are not under the payroll of the government, then who is the owner of that hospital management board? This is true. They will come on air, they will come to you people and tell the whole world that they have paid everybody, that they are not paying anybody. And in the same media, the people they are owing will still come there. Who is deceiving you? They rob people to pay for. Sometimes you hear government giving money to social and social department and this is that and that, 10 million to school, 10 this and that and the other one. Whereas there are many people that have not been paid. And people will still praise the government over the media. They will come there, praise them, they do here, they are trying, they are doing this, they are doing that. We all know that the government of Abia State where I came from is a failure. They have failed us woefully. They failed us woefully.
All right, quickly wrap up. Let's get others on the line.
They have failed us. So let them stop deceiving people. Let them pay these people.
Right.
These people are suffering.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the platform.
Hello, Michael. Good morning.
Good morning. All right.
Yes, my government said, my government just said them now. All of us now human being now. The government just said them. The human being, of course. The government said them. I said, no, I want to talk.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Please move away from your radio set. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you now. Good morning.
Yeah, Jerry from Umar.
All right, Mr. Jerry, you're welcome.
Yeah. Please, those management of the studio, they complain about the political authority which government imposes. They should go on street and protest against those people. So that the government will look into it and they should complain to government to remove those political appointees from the management. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Now, let's continue the conversation. We're going to throw the lines open and continue the conversation now, but we're going to get more reactions later. I still have Comrade Chibundo Okoro right here and also the Comrade Chidima Nwokoma. Now, another area is the dichotomy between what they call core civil servants and maybe not core civil servants, because there has been the issue of this dichotomy anytime explanations have been made concerning the payment of salaries in Abia State, especially by the government handlers. Now, do you agree with this dichotomy? Is there anything like core civil servants and maybe not core civil servants? Ministries, ministry workers are given high priority, while those parastatals are told to go and make money and pay themselves.
All right. Responding to your question, I will equally want to relate it to what happens at the federal institution. If you come to federal institution, there is no way they can call some people call civil servants and the other ones are maybe substandard or whichever name.
You're the one using that semantics anyway.
It is so bad, and it is not something that is supposed to be heard from our leaders, because these things has been it is something that has always been on the move. It didn't start today. Government runs from one administration to another administration, and it is being carried on. I don't know why this other one, they want to put up segregation, coming up with core civil servants and non-core civil servants. So I don't know where that ideology is coming. If they have it in the Nigerian constitution or wherever it is located, the person should come and challenge me and tell me that in the whole world that there are people that are called core civil servants and the other people are called what do you call them, non-core civil servants, whatever. So it is not supposed to be heard from any person, because it is lies from the pit of hell.
All right, I want to ask you, Comrade Nwokoma, now let's look at the issue you raised on the politicizing those that are meant to take charge of your finance. Have you, as a union, has your union, or have your union and both unions now reached out to the government to tell them that this is not in part of the act establishing your agency, your organization, the Hospital Management Board, and it should not be politicized? And how does these appointments affect the daily runnings, the daily activities at the Hospital Management Board?
All right, thank you. Let me respond to your questions. I think we've made efforts concerning this issue of imposing external staff to HMB workers, as in the management.
Okay.
Yes, we've been able to reach out. We've written. We've been to the chief of staff, to the governor, discussed this issue with him at length, because we know that it affects the workforce in Hospitals Management Board, in the sense that somebody that is coming from outside, you might not know how to put some other person's house in order, but those living in that particular house knows exactly how it suits them to operate. And sometimes when they come into Hospitals Management Board, those working in the Hospitals Management Board, we are being sidetracked, and then we really don't know exactly what's going on in the system anymore. They now give us what instruction they give to us. That's what we operate with.
You call it external staff. You call it imposition of external staff.
Sure.
Why that?
Yeah, I call them imposition of external staff because they are not HMB workers. When the government decided to impose somebody from teaching hospital to government to Hospitals Management Board, it's a borrowed staff. They are not exactly Hospitals Management Board staff. And some of them from some of the ministries. And you know, when somebody is from the ministry, like the director for finance, he came in from one of the ministries in Abia State. Yes. He is being paid as at Wendy.
Is it that he's being paid from the purse of the Hospital Management Board, or being paid from the ministry?
He's being paid from the ministry.
As a ministry staff?
Yes, as a ministry staff.
So they are necessarily not affected by this payment of salary.
Sure,
that
that's
you
the truth.
Also going through. Interesting. Anyways, let's continue the conversation. Drop your comments on our Facebook page. We're live on Facebook. Ifeanyi Azua Mairo, I hope I didn't murder your name, says, good morning, sir. Please, these people, Abia state government, are owing more than 1 year of unpaid salaries. Are they not human beings? Don't they have children to take care of? They also have bills to pay. We will complain that Buhari did this to us and did that to us while our own brothers don't care about the welfare of workers. Sunday Ogba says, good morning. Thank you for dropping your comment. Anyways, keep those comments coming. The lines are still very much open. 0808 182 6949, 0811 605 2949. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the platform.
My fellow, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to your two guests in the studio. My name is Wafochi Debere.
All right.
Mike, I so much appreciate what you guys are doing at that session to balance every allegation leveled against the government or against the parastatals. But I am pleading with your station to invite the commissioner for finance to know what exactly is happening as regards to their subvention. Are you getting me?
Yes,
And,
I get you.
whosoever that is actually heading hospital management board should also be invited, so that all these whole things can be taken care of. I really do not believe that Governor Tizipazu do not mean well for the people of Abia State and also for the welfare of its workers. I am pleading with your station, please, whosoever that is directly involved, not the gentleman at your station, whosoever that is directly involved in matter, please, I beg you in the name of God and in the name of Abia State, bring them to your station. Ask them these whole questions. You can see what they said, that most of these questions as regards to overloaded staff and all the rest of them, it's not to them to answer. All of them, let them come and respond to all those questions, and for us to know how the subvention has really been going on. Has it been paid at Wendy? Because I know for sure that Governor Tizipazu will never accept anything that will run down his government. Thank you.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the platform.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, you're welcome. Good morning.
It's Comrade Korea from Umaga.
All right, comrade.
I'm going to listen. In this Abia State, there's no there's no worker, both in the ministry and the facade that own. Let me tell you, in the ministry, as I'm talking to you now, our leave allowances since 2018 till now, no person has received any kobo. 2014 leave allowances, provision areas till now, no person has received any kobo in this Abia State. Ministry will not pass up a ministry. But when they come to your studio, they say that they are only taking that state. This ministry I'm talking to not pass up their own thousands of moons. No person has received. If the commission comes here, just take this and write it down. 2018 till now, leave allowances, no person has received that state. Leave the promotion area 2014 till now. Now the ministry not pass up. So workers in Abia State are more suffering in this country. I don't know why. They receive allocation every now and then. What are they doing with it? And even the people deducting the deduction from the workers. People are not taking the workers. Nothing's happening just at the state. Workers are suffering. There's no working in Nigeria that are not being owned. Whether minister or party, whatever they call it.
All right.
What I call the division now. They are bringing that. It's in the big part of time.
All right. Comrade, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Let's get others on the line. All right. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the platform.
Hello, good morning.
You're welcome.
I'm Majo. Because they didn't have any pension money. I'm a education. I'm a everything. And then you can have it. Or you have na aba mu mwanya kota freeway ndedi he tia ye kapi eme atameba then no na oto no na ahwa de manu n'ụlọ ana akwa ana me pension ya nga na asaka na eyi ki udiri he de o de no nyo na attract nde pastor nde reverend na Abia ndị House of Assembly ha na-eji ego ha odidodo onye na-eche uche ka akwuo okwu ihe besa ndị pensioner teachers and others ihe je ha anybody nwata na-abịa uchitele na-abịa abịa okezi ikpeazụ achịkala abịa everybody ọ na-akpọ na-ejipe.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. On the SMS line, Obina from Umahia says, this is unfair. Governor that is struggling to pay salaries shouldn't have appointed 31 commissioners and over 50 SAs and SSAs. Do you know the last time primary and secondary school teachers received a penny in the name of salary? Indeed, the government has failed us. Okay, good morning. This one says it is time for Abia State government to take holistic approach at the issue of non-payment of salaries and pension. The lifespan of days is coming to an end, and it may hurt PDP. That's coming from Ben. Anyways, thank you very much for joining us. We will stay on this conversation definitely to see an end to this issue of especially the hospital management board, and of course so that you can make better decisions in the nearest future. One of the obligations we owe you as members of the fourth estate of the realm. We do appreciate you. Thank you very much for joining us this morning on the platform. We want to really appreciate our guests in the studio. Of course, chairman of the Nigeria Civil Service Union Hospital Management Board chapter, Comrade Chibundu Okoro. Thank you for joining us this morning on the platform.
Thank you, Michael Oni.
And the chairperson of the Medical and Health Workers Union Hospital Management Board chapter, Comrade Chidimma Nwokoma. Glad to have you join us.
Thank you very much, Michael Oni.
And we wish that hopefully this will be resolved and you go back to work and unlock the premises of your organization. All right.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Many thanks to my producer, Samson Eze, and the guys behind the visuals on our Facebook page, Stanley and Chinedu. Do enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Michael Oni. Then we've got the Midas Touch by 12:30 p.m. later today due to some logistics issues. That program will not come up at 11 o'clock today. It will be later on today by 12:30 p.m. Do enjoy the rest of your day.